everybody. Welcome to the shit show. Everything's going wrong this morning. What is going on with my life? Thanks for dropping in. Kenneth Otto, Aaron West is in the house. Thanks everybody for being here. Coming at you from the beautiful Kingman, Arizona. Hey, Nick Rich 56. Welcome. Everybody, welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to it. Oh man, let's see here now. Jolie. Alrighty. It's time to go ahead and turn this thing around, I guess. All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning from Kingman, Arizona. On my way to Vegas. I'm about 2 hours away. So that's been my my big fight today, or not today, but I mean for the last few days, trying to get home, and so I can vote. And it's been kind of hectic, but I'm almost there. I'm in Kingman. I'm about 130 something miles from home. As soon as we're done here, I'm gonna get on the freeway, get on the highway, and get in there and get my ballot and perform my civic duty to vote. I believe it is a civic duty to vote. Okay, that's how I feel. But I'm in Kingman. I've been the last few nights been driving like hell late into the night to get down to Phoenix. I came up from Washington State, got down to Phoenix. Well, actually, I got to Paris, California, and from there, and that was a whole kind of shit show thing. Once I got there, it delayed up. It's I don't even know if I want to go into it or not, but it was just a whole thing with the trailers and with. But yeah, I got it finally, and then I was able to get a load yesterday to Phoenix. Dropped that off yesterday, and then I started making my way home, and then it was getting late, and I was out almost out of hours, so I stopped here in Kingman for the night, and you can see that here I am. Now this parking lot right now, it's emptying out, but last night when I got here, I mean this is a pretty big parking lot. I don't know how many trucks it holds. It's got to be in the couple hundred, I don't know, a few hundred maybe, and I mean, every single spot was taken. Every single piece of dirt was taken. I found where I'm at here. I found a little piece of dirt on the edge of the parking lot, and so I took it. Here comes a load. What do they call it? Load deck. Hauling that iron there. So I got in, and here I am. in Kingman. This might be where I'm gonna live. This might be where I'm gonna retire. See up those little hills there? See, Kingman, actually where the Petro is at, we're about 15 miles east of the actual town of Kingman. And this is a little bit higher elevation, and right off the I-40, right behind me is I-40. And if you keep going another 140 miles or so, you run into Flagstaff. So, so that's where I'm at. It's supposed to be, I know in LA, I just got out ahead of a storm. It's supposed to be a big storm coming in. Gonna be snow in the mountains down there, and that storm is gonna be coming up here to, I'm sure, to Kingman and to Vegas. But I'm out ahead of it, so I should be able to. I'm gonna get to Vegas. I'm gonna take a few days off. I'm gonna vote today. Gonna get my truck in the shop. Get some things taken care of, and I gotta get my quarterly inspection done. All that good stuff, and I booked a. Well, see, when I'm in Vegas, I just get hotel rooms, right? So that's my house, and I went ahead and just booked 3 nights at the Strat, and I'm gonna be staying at the Strat. And then I was gonna cancel that reservation because then I thought, because I also like to go through hotwire.com, and you can get some really good deals. So after I made the reservation, then I which was stupid to make the reservation without looking first at Hotwire, because then there was these other ones. I could have got a room, because Hotwire, they'll tell you, like, they'll get a deal and it'll say it could be one of these 2 or 3 hotels, and there was this one. It was like, I think it was $16 a night, and it would have either been the Link, which I think is pretty nice, or New York, New York. And then, so I was going to cancel my reservation, but it wouldn't let me cancel. I think it's just it doesn't. And then I read the fine print and it said this reservation is like non-refundable or something like that. So I'll stay at the Strat. I stayed at the Strat like 100 times, so it's like, that is like my home. My home away from home. Well, yeah, it's my home. But so Nick Rich asked, does John also own the trailer or just the rig? I only own the truck, the rig, the tractor truck. The trailer is Schneider. Since I contract with Schneider and I drive under Schneider's authority, I'm using their authority. I get to use their trailers. Trailers are expensive, and that's just another thing I'd have to buy and then insure and permit. So I don't know. I mean, I may end up having to do that if these new laws, I understand they're trying to make these laws like they did in California, which is what drove me out of California, where if you are an IC for a company, you cannot do the same job that company does. Something to that effect. So that's why I had to move out of California. I've told this story before, but anyhow, now there's talk about making that national. So if that's the case, even though the truck is paid for and everything, so I'm not leasing anymore, right? It's all paid for. I might have to run under my own authority, which would be a good thing. I'll probably make more money. But I've just never done it because I guess I'm lazy. I mean, I came up as a company driver. I didn't start driving until I was 44 years old. It's not like I've been doing this since my 20s, and I have a long history or a big family history. There are people that are generational truck drivers, and they know all the ins and outs, and they know all the things about driving under your own authority and having your own company. They know all that shit. I didn't know any of that shit. I just started driving, and I just started driving for companies. And so I came up as just a company driver, dipshit, didn't know shit. And then I've just been learning on the job, you know? So So then I had this opportunity. I got the brand new truck, you know, was zero down, no credit check. Got the truck. I'm in the truck. I paid it off in 5 years. And then once the lease was over, I could have gone out and that was like a couple years ago. I could have gone out under my own authority. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I mean, it's not that hard. I'm sure it's not that difficult. It's just it's just something you gotta do. You have to go down, I guess, to your DMV, or maybe you can do it online or whatever, and you fill out paperwork, and you probably pay some sort of a fee, and you might have to incorporate or something. I'm not sure. I used to have an LLC, but I kind of let it go. I should probably redo it. Anyhow, regardless of whether I'm under whose authority I'm under. But anyhow, because it was a requirement when I was leasing, but now the lease is up and I just let it go. But anyhow, so there's this stuff you got to do, and then once you're running on your own authority, then I have to do my own. I have to look at my own loads. Like here, Schneider provides their load board, which has been pretty shitty the last 2 months, anyhow. So, I mean, it might be a good thing to get off of Schneider and run under my own authority, and then and just find my own brokers. There's plenty of things online where you can get brokers, and you can do everything just like I do now. I do it all on my phone, on my smartphone. I'm sure I could do everything if I did it under my own authority. I could do everything that I do under Schneider. It's just, I guess it's just maybe laziness. Maybe I'm just lazy or whatever. I've been doing it this way. I'm kind of just used to doing it this way. But I bet you if I ran under my own authority and I found, you know, a good broker, or maybe you could find as many as you want. You're under your own authority. You can find loads in all different kinds of ways. And I'm sure you can find them online, like good brokers that put loads up. And then I bet you I would make, who knows, 2 or 3 times as much as I'm making now. So that's kind of almost seems like a no-brainer. I should be doing it. I should be running under my own authority. But then I probably would have to buy a trailer. And you could probably find good used trailers for like, you know, I think like 20 grand or something, maybe. And then that's the thing, I got to permit it, and you got to license it, just like you do the truck. It's just a little bit of extra work, but it's probably worth it. I mean, if I could make 2 or 3, like wouldn't you say if you could make 2 or 3 times what you're making, but you got to do a little bit of extra paperwork or a little bit of extra leg work, you know, and maybe a little bit of an investment, like a $20,000 investment. Most people would say, yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat, but no, not Trucker John. Trucker John just, you know, fucks around. So I don't know. But yeah, I've been looking into tiny homes. I've been looking into van life, RV life, all kinds of things. Right now, I mean, there's no hurry for me to get a house. I like just getting in the hotel. It's cheap. I think it's pretty cheap. I probably, you know, I get deals, and there is, you know, it's way cheaper than a mortgage payment, way cheaper than a rent. So, and you can get nice hotels. So I've been doing that. I'm in no hurry to get a house really, but I would like to get something. I mean, just have like a home base type of situation, and but I guess it's up in the air. Like, where do I want to? Because I am getting close to retirement age. Where do I want to retire? Do I want to retire in Vegas? Do I want to? They advertise all the time. If you see it, probably on Facebook and Instagram, for sure. If you guys go on there, at least on because maybe it's the algorithm. They know that maybe because of my situation or whatever. I get these ads, and it's right for this property. That's right in front of me and right behind me. I know this is the property that they are advertising the hell out of it. If you've seen those on Instagram or Facebook, for these like 5-acre lots starting at 39,000 or whatever. This is the area that is, and I think they have even bigger lots now, like 40 acres maybe it's like 5 to 40 acres or something like that. And this is kind of a cool spot. I kind of like this area because it is the higher elevation, It's a little bit cooler, I think, than like down in the Kingman, which is lower, and it gets a little bit warmer. You're starting to get a little bit up in the hills here, and so I think it's a little bit cooler. You know, it still gets pretty hot in summer, but I think you get a little bit more stuff up here, and it's big lots, and it's kind of you know, you got these kind of scrub bushes going on. You can see like up in those hills over there. You know, it's just kind of scrubby bushes, and I guess you could call it trees or whatever. But and some of them, if you go a little bit further, it's even a little bit nicer than this little area. But so anyhow, I mean, that's what I'm kind of thinking about. You know, maybe get a lot and put a tiny home on it, or whatever, or a mobile home or whatever. But anyhow, so yeah, those are things I've been kicking around. But yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've been watching all those YouTube videos. Yeah, where people will they can take a trailer. Like I've got a 53-foot trailer, and they can make like a mansion out of that thing, you know, or even just a container. You know, the containers are smaller. I don't know. Those are like, what are those, like 20 feet long or whatever. And they've made container homes. You know, they're really kind of cool looking. There's all kinds of things. So right now my options are kind of up in the air or whatever. I'm just kind of, you know, saving up money and then you know, because I think I might be driving, who knows, another 5 years or something. I don't know. I'm only 62, and you know, I don't know, I might drive. I don't know if I'll drive till I'm 70. I don't know, but you just know at this age, and you just kind of take it year by year, I guess, because you just never know. But I could sell the rig. I could sell this rig. I think it's only worth about 20 grand, maybe. You know, I paid 164 grand for it, brand new. I'm not sure. I really haven't checked the prices on them, but you know, I might get 20 grand for it. I don't know. But you know, but yeah, I've thought about that too. I could sell it or whatever, but this is my money maker. This is what I, you know. So then I have to get another truck or something, you know. Anyhow, and I'm not really in a big hurry to get into another big truck payment. I think I'm just going to keep this thing going as long as I can keep it going, you know, until it dies. But so anyhow, I titled today's episode, I guess you call it episode, is Better Late Than Never, because I was running late. And also, though, it's like I'm running late for everything. I'm running late to vote, but I'm going to vote. But it's like I could do mail-in, but I could do mail-in voting, but I haven't been home since September 13th. My ballot wasn't in the mailbox at that time, so I wasn't able to fill out my ballot and mail it in. So that's why it's been the big rush to get there. But better late than never, you know, right? So the only other job I think I would do is Nick, is be an Uber driver. I'm not gonna go flip burgers. I don't have any skills. I'm not a cabinet maker. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. The only other thing I could do is be a background extra in some movies, and that pays minimum wage. And I'd have to move down to LA probably to do that. I could be a writer, but that doesn't pay shit. I was a writer, actually. I used to write for newspapers. I was a sports writer, and but I was just a stringer, and a stringer is just like, you're just like an extra writer. You're not leaving on staff. You know, but at my age, but I don't want to change. I want to just drive a truck. I like driving the truck, you know. Walmart greeter, yes, Lisa B. I would be perfect at that. I think they let you just sit in the chair. You put on a little Walmart vest, and then I could go, "Hi, welcome to Walmart." That would be good. That would be perfect. Actually, I would probably hate that because, you know, I'm not quite there yet as far as my physical downfall. You know, I could do a little bit more than that. But anyhow, yeah, that is a good idea though. Vlogger today. Yeah, I'm a vlogger. Vlogger. I'm a vlogger. But yeah, if I sold the truck, I don't think I could get much. I don't think I can get more than 20 grand for it. But like I said, I haven't really checked what these things are going for. It's a 2016. It has 827,000 miles on it. It runs pretty good. Everything's pretty good on it. I mean, there are things that I have to get done, but you know, so I don't know, 20 grand, 25 grand maybe. So I don't know, but Jolie said she went to Walmart the other day and the greeter didn't say shit to her. Couldn't think of it. I don't think they ever. What do they do? They're supposed to greet you. If I was a greeter, I would be a good greeter. I would put some effort into it, right? I'd be like, "Welcome to Walmart. Go buy some shit. Go spend all your money. Come on now. Don't dilly-dally. Get that cart. Come on. Get that cart. Go load it up. Welcome to Walmart. Load up the cart." You know, I wouldn't just sit there like a lump on a log. You know? But anyhow, so I should be in Vegas. I'm going to get that vote. I'm going to get that ballot in the ballot box. Today is the day, people. Perform your civic duty and get in there and make sure you voted. So, hey, let's do a little quick thing here. If you have already voted, let me know. Just put in the chat, say that you voted. And if you're voting today, just say today. And I guess if you're not going to vote, just say not. Let's see if we can get a little thing. I could make a poll too, I guess. I'm learning how to do stuff. But should I do a poll? I don't even know if I can now. Let's see. Oh yeah, but I think I have to do it on here if I do it. Let's see. Because I'm actually, I guess I can't do it. I don't know. See, when you're operating on an iPad, it's not like on a computer. And even, I started the show on the iPad. So I don't think, but I'm watching the chat on my iPhone. I don't know if I could do it from here. So anyhow, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit that like button and make sure that you, I guess if I go to my channel, yeah, it's like, because I did it on here, I was just trying to figure this out, but it's not really, I don't think I could do a poll, like you know how people put polls on there, on the thing. So anyhow, Jolie voted, and Nick Rich says vote. Did you vote yet? I'm just wondering if you already voted or if you're voting today. Aaron West is voting today. Very good. Jolie, I voted first day of early voting 3 weeks ago. Straight blue, baby. That's right. Nick Rich, I'm a Canuck, but if I had the privilege to vote in America, it would be for the Democrats. Cool. Awesome. And then Jolie, I absolutely hate Walmart, but there's some things I can't get anywhere else around. Yeah, I know the whole thing about Walmart. I used to really be down on Walmart. I guess I still am. And there's a whole bunch of reasons that we probably all have gone over before. But I gotta admit, like a lot of times, especially I'm on the road. Maybe this sounds like just some excuse or whatever, but a lot of times that's the only place you can park, and you can go shopping. And if it's a super Walmart, you know, they have groceries, and plus they have the Walmart department store stuff, so you can do your grocery shopping, and then you can go and grab other things, and so it's convenient. Uh, but if I can shop other places, I usually will choose someplace else. But you know, so Kenneth Otto in the house. Kenneth, absentee. Not sure when. Blue voter. What do you mean you're not sure when? Did you mail it in, Ken, or drop it off? But or you just don't know if they got it yet. Lisa B, I will try Amazon, Target, or anywhere else, anywhere online. I absolutely refuse to give them any more of my money. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, so Ken mailed it in, not immediately, but you mailed it in, so it's in. It's been postmarked, I presume, and I think there are all kinds of tracking places where you can word because I know I'm registered in Nevada, and they keep sending me stuff where I could track my vote or I can track my ballot. And I remember I did that in 2020. I remember tracking my vote because I mailed that in. I think I was in Phoenix or somewhere, and I mailed it in, and I remember it was getting close to the deadline too. There's another day. I think I might have mailed it in, like I don't know. It was really close to whatever where I was afraid it wasn't going to get counted. But I remember, so I was able to track it, and I was able to track the progress of it, and it said, yeah, we received it, and it's been counted and whatever, and so that was cool to be able to track that. And but today I'm gonna get it, fill it out, go to my polling place, and drop it off right there. So gets counted tonight. Yeah. They'll be counting those mail-ins. Yeah, a lot of places they wait until the polls close before they even start counting, which I think is kind of stupid. I guess they're afraid if they start counting too soon, and it maybe would skew like the voters who haven't voted yet or who are voting that day if they start. But they don't have to. I don't know. Do they have to publish right away, like the count? I don't know. It just seems like, to me, as soon as the polls open, most of them start like 7 a.m. I think in Nevada, and I think other places it's either 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning. They should just start counting the mail-in ballots right then. I think that's so probably the states that don't start until the polls close. I bet you those are mainly red states or have Republican governors or Republican, run states, because they just want to be shitty and they just want to delay everything and make everything seem slow, and it takes forever, and they can start saying there's a red wave, but then it really is a red mirage, and then they're going to say, oh, it was rigged. It's the whole thing with them. It's all a big game to them. But anyhow, they'll get counted, and a lot of these races, we might not even know the results until, who knows, Thursday or Friday or something. Maybe. I don't know. It just depends, I guess, on how slow they count. There's some place, I think in Nevada, where, and notice how I said Nevada, by the way. It's not Nevada. Oh, Nevada. It's not, no, it's Nevada, okay? It's one of my pet peeves. Randy Rhodes says it. Fucking just people on the radio. Even I think Tom Hartman. They say Nevada. I want to throw something at the speaker. It's Nevada. God damn it. Anyhow, I'm going on a tangent. But I think it might have been Nevada or someplace where these fucking assholes. It might have been a certain district where they want to I don't know. They're gonna count everything, like audit every single thing, just to delay, just as a delay tactic, or something. Just count the goddamn things. Um, so I don't know what I just did. Somehow, I hit the clip button over here. I was making a clip. I don't know what that is. No, I do. I know what it is, but anyhow. So Lisa B said we try to shop at those stores when we can. Yeah, support those local mom and pop shops and stuff, and the small business owners. Uh, received October 21st. You received it, or they received it. Lisa B, I'm not even dressed yet. I gotta haul my lazy arse upstairs and get dressed to vote. Yes, get dressed and get to voting. So it gets counted tonight. Yeah, okay, I read that already. And Nick Rich, let's hope the infighting causes chaos with their outcome hopes. And they got it, yeah, because it'll be counted tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how it all turns out. I mean, I hear the optimism of House Sparks. I've heard optimism from Michael Moore. I've heard other places that kind of optimistic, and then you hear other things that aren't so optimistic. So it is kind of pins and needles time. It is still, it's still, you can't take anything for granted. You can never take it for granted. It's always close. I don't know why it's always close. I mean, going back to even Kennedy Nixon. That was a close race. Why was that so close? Nixon was a turd. I mean, it's always close. And then he ended up winning in 68. I mean, you can go through the whole thing. Well, the ones that weren't close, actually, okay, I guess Jerry Ford, he was a clown and an idiot. Nobody wanted him, so Carter beat him pretty easily, I think. But it might have been closer than it should have been. Then Reagan pretty much, at least in the electoral college, I think he pretty much won in a landslide, which I don't get that at all, still to this day. But then, I don't know, they just all seem closer than they should be. I mean, Clinton won pretty well, but probably shouldn't have been as close as that was. Gore Bush. Okay, we know that Gore actually won, but it shouldn't even have been. Why was it that close? It came down to those 580 votes in Florida that didn't get counted, whatever it was. And if those had gotten counted, Gore would have won Florida, and he would have won the state and the electoral college, and he would have been president. Why is it that close? I mean, George W. Bush was a moron. Why are people voting for morons? There's a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, like, I say friend of mine, I have a lot of friends that were like Facebook friends and Instagram friends, and we went to high school together. I graduated from high school in 1979, so what is that, 40 years or whatever? Was it 43 years? God, there's a freaking fly in here. But anyhow, so you have them and you see so they're friends, but we're not. It's not like we're close friends. I haven't seen these people in 40 years, a lot of them. But anyhow, so she posted something on Instagram, and it was like, and she's obviously a Republican, and so I get them. By having these Republican friends, I do get a little bit of look at the mindset of why they are Republicans, why they vote for Republicans, what their reasoning is. They don't really seem to care about women's. Even this woman who posted, she's a woman, right? They don't seem to care about body autonomy, the right to to make their reproductive choices. They don't care about that. Apparently, they don't seem to really care about gay rights at all. Even though I have Republican friends that are gay, and they still are Republicans. Um, they don't seem to care about, um, I don't know, better working conditions, higher wages. That they don't seem to care about any of that. They don't give a fuck about climate change, global warming, trying to invest in green, renewable, energy. They don't give a fucking rat's ass about that. They don't care about any of that shit. Uh, all they do is they sort of repeat these talking points of gas prices are high because of Biden. Go to the grocery store and you'll see the groceries are higher. Um, these type of things. That's why I'm voting Republican. That's why I vote Republican. And so that it just comes down to that. Even though you could tell them, hey, look, this is a global recession. Our recession is much lower than almost everybody else. This is from supply chain issues from coming out of COVID, still related to that. It's a lot related to the Russian war in Ukraine. They don't give a fuck about any of that. They don't listen to that. They don't care. All they want to say is gas prices are higher, milk costs more, and so that's why I vote for Republicans, because prices go up under Democrats. Even though, hey, Wes Webb, good job on that, on voting. Now I know you are a Republican. I'm not going to ask you who you voted for, but I'm just glad you voted. Like Hal said, and I like I said, I don't know who you voted for. I don't know if you voted Republican. I don't know if you voted Democrat. That's your, that's for you to keep to yourself or to share if you want to share. But I'm glad you voted, because you're still at that place where voting matters, voting counts, and if we don't vote and people aren't going to vote, then that's where we get the Jan 6ers, right? So, anywho, thank you for being here, though, Wes, and for voting. And I must have missed something, because Nick said there's something about expletives, their place. And this is a good place for them. Did I cuss? Was it me? I don't know. Sometimes I just say shit and I don't even understand. I don't even know I said it. I voted for 5 Republicans, local and county, all state, and national were Dem. So you split your ticket, did you? That's all right. That's cool. I'm glad you. Hey, I appreciate you voting, and I appreciate you sharing that. When I vote my conscience, I still have one today. When I vote my conscience. I still have one today. So good on you, though, for voting and taking part. And I don't know about your local Republicans, but I could say that on the national level, the Republicans, as far as I'm concerned, we're talking about for Senate races and House races, right? And even governorships, and then potential presidential nominees, whatever. When you get to that level of Republican, as far as I'm concerned, they're all either total nut jobs or they're just evil as fuck, or both. So I'm glad on the national level that you're voting for Dems, because I think it's not just the lesser of two evils, because I don't really see the Democrats as being evil. Again, they're not perfect. No one's perfect. Nothing is perfect, right? The party isn't perfect. But I identify more with them. I have always, like I said, since I was, even before 18, I was always identified as a Democrat. I never liked the Republicans. And I always identified with the party as being the party of the people, the party of labor, the party of, the middle class, the working class. And I always, even as a young teenager, young kid, even preteen, I saw the Republicans as just being out for the rich and just doing everything they can to just help the rich and kind of screw everybody else. And that's the way I see it then, and that's the way I see it now. That hasn't really changed. It's just their candidates and their actual office holders are just getting nuttier and nuttier and nuttier and more out there. I mean, the party they're just the Trump-looking party now. They're not the Republican Party, they're the Trump-looking party. So that's what I got to say about that. West Webb says our GOP lady caved on abortion, but no on the big lie. Hey, Kenneth Otto. West Webb, I can't vote for that even though I believe in small government. To me, small government, that's always Republican code word for, low or almost no taxes for the rich and the big corporations, and doing away with as many regulations as possible, even though those regulations would be very, very beneficial in worker safety, in public safety, consumer safety, environmental safety. I mean, there are needs for regulations. There are needs for that, vital needs. But the way I look at it, Republicans, the Republican Party, they just want to strip everything. They don't want anything, or as little as possible, in terms of any type of regulations that would be beneficial to the general public. It's always about the money, and anything that takes one little dime out of their profits, they will have a conniption fit about. And so I don't really go for this small government argument. To me, that's a bunch of bullshit. It just means we don't want to pay our taxes. If we're for the rich and big corporations, we don't want to pay our taxes. And we don't want to be shackled by any type of pesky environmental laws or labor laws. We want to be able to treat our employees as shitty as we can, shitty as we want to, because we're the kings and you're the peons. Okay, that's how I see it. So, what's said, it doesn't have to do with that, with taxes. It has more to do with people getting paid for multiple government jobs and not doing any of them. Illinois. Hey, Stephanie's in the house. Thanks, Stephanie, for showing up. Like a monarchy. Yeah, like a monarchy. They want us to be their little peasants, their little just to be not quite slaves, but just to be down there toiling away, and we get whatever crumbs we get, But Nick Rich, small government means less people to make decisions of importance to the majority, but favor special interests. West Webb, huge pensions after working only a short time. Okay, I don't know if that's an Illinois thing. I don't know anything about pensions. I've never had a pension, so I don't know. Jolie, Republicans are not small government. Regulator witness bodies, banning books, warning Bible, stuff in schools, regulating what is taught to children as far as history, sexuality, all BS. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They'll use a term that it's a little slogan, small government. But then they turn around and they want to get in everybody's business as far as a woman's right to choose. All these things. They're not really for choice and freedom. They want to tell everybody what to do, and just make where the rich just keep getting richer and richer and richer. It's all about the rich getting richer and richer and richer, and there's this big income disparity. That gap keeps widening and widening, and where we just keep toiling and toiling down here at the bottom. And so I always ask, why do people vote against their own best interest? Because they listen to certain shows or whatever, and that's where you get those kind of memes where, gas prices are high, milk prices are high, so under the Dems, so I'm going to vote for Republican. Meanwhile, in just 2 years under Biden, barely even 2 years, I mean, we're keeping unemployment at the lowest levels they've been ever. He's brought back and created more new jobs, I think, than any other president in history combined. I mean, this is amazing, the amount of jobs he's created. Wages have gone up across the board for, working class people. This inflation we're having, it's going to go away. The inflation is going to go away eventually. But those wages that we've been getting, those are going to stay. They're not going to drop back down. So the wages are going to outlive the inflation. When Trump was in office, in 4 years, he ran up with the national debt. I think it was $7.8 trillion in 4 years. So people want to tell me that Republicans are like fiscally conservative or whatever, and all this kind of bullshit. And under Biden, in less than 2 years, the national debt has dropped $1.5 trillion. And people want to tell me that the Dems are the big spenders? The Dems run up debts? It's bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. I've been voting since 1980 in presidential elections, 1980. Reagan almost bankrupted us. We had stock market crashes. We had wild inflation. He had all these tax drops for the rich, and he had to raise them back up because he was crashing the economy. His supply side voodoo economics didn't work then, and they don't work now. It's bullshit. George W. Bush crashed the economy in 2008. He ran the debt up by trillions of dollars. Okay, Clinton had to come in and clean up the Republicans' mess. We had Republicans for 12 fucking years. And Clinton came in and say what you want about him, that he wasn't good on labor or on unions or whatever. He cleaned up the economy and got a fucking a surplus. In our it wasn't in our debt, but in our in our yearly expenses. George W. Bush comes in, takes this great economy and crashes it. Totally wipes it out. That's where people, because that's another thing in that meme. She's like, my 401k and all this kind of. What did fucking George W. Bush do to the 401ks? He wiped out people's life savings. We're having a little bit of a hiccup now. It's gonna go back up. Everything's gonna go back up. The stock market is gonna go up. George W. Bush crashed it. Obama, and people fucking complain and bitch about Obama. Well, fuck you. Obama took us out of that recession, which was almost a depression. This close from being a Great Depression. We had a Great Recession. And fucking Obama took us out of that. The Republicans crashed the economies, spin like fuck, and the Democrats come in and clean it up. And then all you fucks vote for Republicans so they can come in and crash it again. And then we gotta come in and clean it up again. And I'm tired of that shit. And I'm tired of the lies, and I'm tired of the bullshit. And George fucking Bush, I thought he was the worst. And then we got Trump, who makes fucking W look like a Rhodes Scholar, for Christ's sakes. And in 4 fucking years, he did more damage than fucking W did in 8 years. In 4 years, he's fucking killed us. Killed our economy. And now we got Biden, who in 2 years is cleaning it up. Our unemployment is staying low. We're at full capacity of hiring and working. Everyone's working. Wages are up. By the time Biden is done with his 8 years in office, I mean, it's going to be, the stock market's going to be up, our wages are going to be up. I mean, what the fuck, people? And then you're going to get complacent or whatever and vote some other fucking asshole Republican in. And then he's going to come in and he's going to run the deficit up another 10 or 20 trillion fucking dollars or whatever. They're going to have housing booms and busts and bubbles and breaks, and they're going to come in and fuck everything up. After all this hard work that we do to get the economy back in shape and going, and then you fucking vote for Republicans and they fuck everything up. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm voting blue, and so should you. Even if you're a Canadian, vote for blue. Vote blue. Anyhow. A lot of things crash the economy. It seems like in my lifetime, it's always the fucking Republicans that crash it. It's always the Republicans that fucking run up the debts, get high on unemployment, no one's working. It's a fucking shit show. But you know who always comes out on top? The fucking top 1/10 of 1%. They always fucking come out of it smelling like a rose, don't they? Always. And who takes the brunt of it? We do, the working class. We get fucked in the ass, and the top 1%, they get everything. They have it rigged. If it's a bad economy, they win on that. If it's a good economy, they win on that. They can't fucking lose. Hey, look, I don't want them to lose, but I don't think we have to lose either. I don't think it's such a zero-sum game that they have, in order for them to win, we have to lose. That's not, no. This is a huge fucking economy. This is the hugest economy in the history of the fucking world. There's enough money to go around. They can make profits. They just don't have to be greedy-ass motherfuckers to make, what is it? The oil companies now, just in the fucking quarterly, their quarterly profits are like in the tens of billions of dollars, $20 billion, $30 billion, record-setting amounts of profits. As oil prices are going down, gas prices are still going up, and they're making, I forget, was it 500% or 5,000%? Whatever it is, it's an ungodly amount. It's price gouging. It's total fucking greed. Yeah, I don't mind oil companies making money. I don't mind executives and CEOs making money and making good money. Fuck yeah. But you're gonna gouge me, you're gonna fuck me, and then tell me it's my fault? Fuck you, asshole. It's not my fault. It's the fucking oil company's fault. They're the ones gouging. Don't tell me that it's Joe Biden. It's not Joe Biden. It's fucking Exxon Mobil. It's those assholes. And this is the kind of shit that's been going on my entire life. And it's all because the Republican Party are their little fucking lapdogs. And they do what they're told to do because they give them a little, they give them a little extra few crumbs. They get a little bit extra more crumbs than what I get. Okay? And that's enough to keep them going, keep them in power or whatever. And then they keep their overlords in power. Keep their overlords happy. So when I hear people don't vote, I get upset. And like I say, vote for Republicans. That's your choice. That's the choice. It's a free choice. Vote for who you want to, but God damn it, have a fucking clue, man. Have a clue. Overall, in my lifetime, and I'm not reciting stats. I'm not Mr. Stat guy. I don't recite that shit. I'm going off of my life experience. I'm 62 years old. My life experience has been that when Republicans are in charge, fucking the economy goes to shit. When Democrats are in charge, things start to get cleaned up, things start to improve, and we're just getting to a good place to get really going, and then asshole voters vote for Republicans. And then it starts all over again. They start wiping everything out. Okay, so, I mean, you can talk about Mexico, you can talk about whatever, you can talk about NAFTA, whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. That's all past history. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's past history talking about Reagan too, but I'm just talking about the trends. The overall trends are when Republicans run things, it goes to shit. And all everything, but except for the top 1%. They always come out smelling like a rose. But for working class, middle class people, we get fucked. And when the Dems are in power, things start to get cleaned up. The economy starts to improve. Wages go up. Unemployment goes down. Generally, I mean, everything starts to get better. It might take time. You might not see it for a year or two, and then people will sit around bitching about why isn't it happening faster? What's going on? Well, if you look at it, you'll see that things are trending upward. Things get better. Things get better under Democrats. And generally speaking, okay? In my 42 years of voting, that's what I've seen. I've seen the over and over again. And they will lie. The Republicans will lie to you. They project. They'll say that the Democrats are the big spenders. That's what liberal means, apparently. That they're the big spenders. They're high taxers. They're going to tax you to death, and they're going to run up debts. They're going to run up spending. And when in fact the opposite is true. The Democrats are fiscally conservative. I mean, they know how to govern. They know how to govern. Okay? They know how to run an economy. The Republicans, all they do is run up spending for those corporations. Whether it's big oil, whether it's big pharma, whether it's big military contract, whatever. That's what they do. They run up the debt so high, but then they'll say it's the Democrats that do that kind of stuff. And the Democrats, when they get in office, they start paying on the debt, and they start to bring the debt down. So, anyhow, that's my rant. At this point, I'll just start repeating myself, so I'm going to stop it because you guys know where I stand. I've said my piece. You know where I stand. So I just noticed I'm up to 398 subs. I was hoping I'd be at 400 today. We're at 398, and so we're getting there. So that's why sharing is caring. Like, subscribe. So, okay, let's do a little checklist. Okay, you're here. You should have hit the like button. That's number one. I'm only seeing 4 or 5 thumbs up, and I think we had up to like 7 or 8 people in there at one time. So the first thing you should do is hit a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but thumbs up I prefer. And then, okay, subscribe. So number 2, you should be subscribing. Okay, that's checklist number 2. And then number 3, sharing. And sharing is really just as important, like, if we want to grow the show. This is a great way of growing the show. hit the share button. You can share it wherever you want. You can share it to Twitter. You can share it to Facebook, because it has a little thing. When you hit the share button, it'll pop right up. Things where, and it's really easy. You just hit the button, share it to Twitter, share it to Facebook, share it to Instagram. You can share it to individual friends. You can share it to, I think if you're on YouTube, they have a community page. You know, it's almost like a little posting. You could just post it on there. There's all kinds of things you can do for sharing. In fact, you can do all those things. It's really easy. If you like to punch buttons, and we can all punch buttons, right? So, so let's go ahead. Let's do it again. Like, okay, check, did that. Subscribe, okay, check, did that. Share, did you do that? Because I've been doing that lately. Like if I go on Liberal Dan, or if I go on Benny Loco, or if I go on even Hal, I'll hit the share button. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't really take any time. The show is still playing while I'm hitting the share button. It doesn't really stop anything. Like I can still listen to the show, watch the show while I hit the share button. So so you know, just thought I'd bring that up. Just thought I'd bring it up. And I want to say thanks. I don't know if I should mention the names. I don't know if people like to be anonymous or whatever, but I had a couple people that that bought me a coffee thing last week, and that was really awesome. And I tried to, at the time, I was in a place where I don't know, where was I at when it happened? And I had some really weird Wi-Fi or something. Something was going on with the phones. It wasn't really, because I saw the people who did the buy a coffee thing, and I wrote a really nice message like thanking you. And I appreciate that. It really means a lot to me. I wrote this really nice thing, and I tried to share it, but it wouldn't share. I don't know. Maybe, I don't think it was me. I think there was something wrong with that technology. And then I went back in after the fact, and I tried to put a thank you note to the people that buy me the coffee, and then that option wasn't even on there. So if I didn't thank you, it's not because I was being a jerk or anything like that. I tried to thank you. So right now I just want to say thanks to the people who did that. Like I said, I don't know if I should mention names because, like I say, I don't know, people like to be anonymous or not, but they are. I will just say that they are in the chat, or we're in the chat. And so I just want to say thanks for doing that. That was really cool, because yeah, I've never done anything like that before. I've never had that type of the buy me the coffee thing, and so we tried it out, and it's cool. It's just a fun thing. I mean, it really, I don't know. I guess I do the show, and I wonder, like, do people really like the show, or is it worth it? What, you know, this thoughts in your mind, and you get something like that, and it just kind of makes you feel good, like people really do kind of appreciate the show or whatever. So anyhow, I just want to say thanks for those folks that did that last week, and it's awesome. And if you don't do that, it's still awesome. Just being in the chat, you guys are chatting and saying stuff and talking amongst yourselves, and it's really cool. I really appreciate you being here. You put up with my shit 2 days a week, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here. It's pretty cool. So anyhow, wow, it's been over an hour already. I started late today, and that's my own fault. I was up probably, I don't know, I woke up because Arizona time is now an hour ahead of Pacific time, because Arizona doesn't play. They don't do the daylight savings thing. So I woke up, and so all these electronic devices, they automatically change the time to whatever your time zone you're in. But the only thing that's kind of analog, I guess, is my radio. It has the time on it. So anyhow, I woke up. It was like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, but that was 8 o'clock Arizona time. So I run up and looked at my analog clock, because I want to make sure, because you never know. I'm kind of close to Nevada state line in a way, and you never know if these devices are picking up a cell tower that's in Nevada, right, or something. So anyhow, but yeah, so it was really only 7 o'clock Pacific time when I woke up. And then, I go on, I check the notifications, I'm checking Facebook and Twitter, and I start playing some CSR2, which is my game that I play. And then that and all of a sudden it was like, I don't know, almost 8:30 Pacific time at this time, and I was hungry. I wanted to get breakfast, so I ran into the Petro, and I thought, well, I think I have time to get breakfast. But then it's like, even if you think you have time, then the waitress is kind of slow. She's one of those people that likes to talk to the customers, and I'm thinking like, hurry up, take my order, hurry up, But I'm just thinking that. I'm not saying it out loud. But anyhow, so that's why I was late, because I was having breakfast. And by the time it was about 9 o'clock when I finished breakfast or so, and then, or maybe a little after, 5 after, and then I could walk back, and then I started setting up. So that's why I was late. Sorry about that. That's just on me. That's on me. I should, there's no really excuse for it, especially when you wake up, 2 hours early. But anyhow, I kind of wasn't watching what you guys were saying. But anyhow, but here's the thing about this waitress. She's an older gal, probably my age. I mean, I'm 62, and I see these women in their 60s, and I forget that I'm 62. But anyhow, she might be a little older. I don't think she's 70, but she's probably mid 60s or whatever. And I remember, I haven't been in there in a while, but I remember her from, it might have been before the pandemic. I'm pretty sure, I think it was pre-pandemic. And she's the same one. I remember that, so I guess Trump was president, and of course, it was all about the wall, right? Building the wall because the caravan of these evil immigrants was coming up and invading our borders. This is an invasion. And this is her talking to other customers, right? And so she was kind of regurgitating some right-wing talking points about the caravan and Trump points, that these are, I don't know, murderers or whatever, and that they're just invading our border. And then she took a turn. Then she started saying, like these people should just be shot. They should just all be shot. They should just be murdered. We should just be sending troops down to the border and just start shooting them. And that's when I actually kind of lost it. I remember I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I just got up and left. But I don't know if this is passive aggressiveness. Maybe it was aggressive aggressiveness. I don't know. But I remember I stood up and I just said something like, I think I said something like, fuck you. Those are fucking people. You can't just murder people. They're just fucking people trying to come up here to find a better life. They're escaping these warlords and cartels. They're escaping these from being murdered. They're coming up here for safety and asylum, most of them, right? You don't. And I just said something like that, and I just fucked this shit, and I think I just had some cash, and I just threw cash down on the table to pay for the meal, and I just left, and I kind of stormed out of there. I think that's the last time I've been in there until today. And I think that was like, I don't know, it had to be like 3 years ago or something. Maybe I've been in there since, but I think that's the first time I've seen her in there. And then, what do you know, she was my waitress today. I don't think she remembered me. I don't know, but she did kind of give me a look. I think after a while, like at first she didn't recognize me. I think after a while she kind of recognized me because she gave me this kind of weird look. And then I heard her started talking some shit about COVID. And to these other customers that were sitting at a table across from me. And she started saying something about how masks, I mean, she's talking about stuff that was like more pertinent like 2 years ago, right? Because no one's wearing masks. I was in the restaurant. I wasn't wearing a mask. I didn't see anyone wear masks. So I don't know why she was talking about masks. I don't know how that came up, but She started talking about masks, and because maybe they saw someone wearing a mask. I don't know, but and she started saying how stupid it was to wear masks, and that if you just touch the door handle and then you grab your mask, put your mask, then you're already contaminated. I mean, that's shit that I remember hearing 2.5 years ago when we didn't know shit. And but I just bit my tongue because I really wanted to just eat my breakfast and get out of there, right? To do the show. So I bit my tongue because I wanted to just say, hey, look, you're talking about shit that was like from 2 years ago. We now know that the number one way that the virus is spread is through droplets, through your spit, through your mouth and your nose. It's not from touching door handles. It's from your mouth and your nose. That's why you put the mask on, so that you don't get other people sick. You don't spit on them or sneeze on them or cough on them. That's why you wear the mask. It's not about fucking door handles. That shit was all when we didn't know. We didn't, and then yeah, maybe there's a small chance of getting it from a door handle or whatever. But the main, overwhelming, overriding, number one way that it's spread is through your mouth and your nose and through the droplets when you talk. And you can probably see there might be some spit coming out of my mouth right now. Pretty sure there just was. That's how it's spread. That's why you wear the mask, so that I don't give it to you. You wear the mask so you don't give it to me. That's what I should have said. I should have said it, but I didn't. I was like, okay, whatever. She's a fucking old crab. She watches Fox News. There's no saving her. I just don't like the fact that she's going around talking to all these customers and spreading this fucking shit. But anyhow, I didn't say anything. I just put my head down and shoveled food into my pie hole, because it was like 5 till 9. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go, you know. But anyhow, the old crab is still in there, fucking spreading all her Fox News right-wing bullshit, man. Maybe next time I go in there, I'll you know, I can't stay silent forever. That's just not in my nature. I mean, I can bite my tongue sometimes, but, you know, guaranteed, next time I go in there, if she's talking shit like that, I'm going to say something. I'm going to fucking say something. I know I will. I'm going to blow up. I blow up, and not like a violent way, but I mean, I'm going to have an outburst. I'm going to say something. You know? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just for tips. I mean, no, you know what waitresses do? They call you honey. They call you baby. You know, they have, or they just do good. They have good service. They bring you coffee refills or an iced tea refill, or they make sure you got napkins or what. But I don't know about the thing about, you know. I mean, it might be partly for the tips, but it is truly what she believes. I don't think she's just saying it because she thinks that's what the customers want to hear. She's saying it because that's what she truly believes. And she's from Kingman, Arizona. And this is, you know, probably a lot of Republicans here, you know. And which I don't get. They're all old people. They're all retired. The Republican Party has come out blatantly saying that they want to fucking basically kill Social Security and Medicare. And these old motherfuckers are still going to vote for Republicans. Again, that's another thing I do not get. Why would you vote for someone that's going to take away your Medicare and your Social Security? And you're currently on those things, probably, you know? Arizona's pretty purple, but I think around here, I don't know. They say it's purple. I know because you got Mark Kelly and Kirsten Sinema, whatever the fuck her name is. And we'll see how it turns out today. Hopefully, was it Katie Hobbs? Hopefully she'll win governor. And hopefully Mark Kelly keeps his seat. I think he will. I think Hobbs will win, actually. But you just don't know. That's the thing. We're on pins and needles. We're on pins and needles, you know. I'm going to go to Nevada. I'm going to vote for... and I always forget... I don't forget her name. Catherine Mastos Cortez or whatever. I totally am butchering my senator's name, the one that's up. But you know, I'm gonna vote for her, and I'm gonna vote for you know, it's gonna be dim all the way down, ticket. It's gonna be governor, everything. So, and hopefully Nevada will stay. Right now we're blue, so hopefully we'll stay that way. Um, but anyhow, so that's what's going on. I'm gonna probably get into Vegas today. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna take some time off. I went ahead and booked a room for 3 nights, so I'll check out Friday morning. Hopefully, I'll have a load ready to go Friday morning and get going Friday. I'm gonna get the truck in the shop, get it all worked on and good to go, and I'm gonna get my laundry done. I got a shit ton of laundry. I don't do my own laundry. I just drop it off, and they do it. It's a lot faster and easier. Just have them do it. I'm not gonna do it. I haven't done my own laundry in 10 years, probably longer, maybe probably longer. I always just have the fluff and fold service do it. You know, so you pay $40 anywhere. It depends. Like it used to be like 30 something bucks. Now it's up to 40 something bucks. I think it's well worth it. $40 to have someone do 2 months worth of laundry, and I always give them a nice big tip. You know, I mean, for me, you know, I'll give them $10. I guess that's a good tip. I don't know. Maybe I'm being cheap. I don't know. Maybe I should just give them a 20. You know, because it's worth it. It is worth it. Jolie says, I live in a blue county, but not right in the city of Bloomington, so it's all red around me. Surrounded. I've noticed my neighbors are starting to chill out and talk to me again, so that's a good sign. Yeah, it's a good sign they're not like chasing you down when you're just taking your walk or whatever. Westwood, wow, I probably do laundry twice a week. Well, I mean, I guess it would be different if I lived in a house and I had like, what, I guess a normal job or a normal thing where I'm just home all the time. Then I would do my own laundry. Okay, I would do my own laundry. But I'm on the road. I've been on the road basically since 2008, pretty much steadily. Where I'm just home a couple of days every 6 weeks. Maybe I'm home a couple of days. And I don't want to spend my little 2 or 3 days off just doing laundry. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but if I was home every day, if I had a 9-to-5 job, or even if I was, especially if I was retired, I'm just home, then I would do my own laundry. Yeah, fuck yeah. I used to do laundry when I was home all the time. You know, when I was just an at-home person, when I had regular jobs, or I even had about a 5-year period where, well, I did background stuff, but other than that, I was just like a stay-at-home dad. And I did a lot of household chores, and I did laundry and all that stuff. But ever since since about 2008, 2009, I've been pretty much on the road all that time. I just started doing fluff and fold whenever I get home. I think I've done laundry on the road, because sometimes, you know, some of the truck stops have laundry facilities. I think I did laundry maybe twice, and that's been over probably 10 years ago. So, but yeah, if I was home and stuff, I would do my own laundry. But since I'm on the road, it's just worth it just to have someone else do it. I just drop it off. They usually call me that a few hours later and say it's ready, and I'll usually just say, yeah, I'll pick it up tomorrow. So I just drop it off, pick it up the next day. You know, I'm done. What's what my excitement today was walking over to the polls and standing in line for 40 minutes. Wow. I think I still have sheets in the dryer. See, that's another thing. I've been voting since I became a truck driver in 2004. I've been voting pretty much absentee the whole time. I remember I was home in, I think, 2008. I was home or something. I remember voting in person in 2008. Going actually to the polling place and voting. But anyway, most of the times they used to just call it absentee voting. Now it's just mail-in voting. I've been doing that ever since I was been trucking pretty much. But back before then, when I used to actually go to the polling place and go into the little booth and fill, and you know, usually it was like a little punch card thing or whatever. Um, it seems like I don't remember ever waiting more than 5 minutes. Usually, you get there, it might have been a couple times where all the booths were taken. Some they would just finish, and then you take the booth, and you fill it out. It's like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Never more than 5 minutes. Usually less than 5 minutes. So when I hear these, that's why I was really shocked. I remember in was it '08? Was it the Obama elections? When I first started hearing about these lines in these other states, like Georgia or wherever, where people were waiting in line for like 8 hours, and I was like, "What? What the fuck is that? What do you mean you're waiting in line for 8? Don't you just go and you just, you go to you check it at the desk, you tell them your name, they look at the voter log, they see your name, you sign next to it, and they look at the signatures, they go, okay, and then they hand you the ballot or whatever, they go, okay, go take booth 3 or whatever. That was my experience, and that, like I say, that was always in and out in 5 minutes. Maybe in and out in 10, but I mean, like there was like no wait to go to the booth. And then I would hear lines. I think it was I forget what it might have been the '08 where I really started hearing about it. And then 2012 was the same thing, and 2016, where there's these places around the country where people are waiting in line 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. I can't even imagine that. I didn't even think that. I guess I just thought everything was like California, and everybody just goes and votes and takes 5 minutes to vote. I've never heard of it. I was totally oblivious, totally naive or whatever to that situation. And then you start to hear all the things about, well, voter suppression and how they target Democratic areas or maybe black areas because the black areas might be more Democratic leaning or whatever. So they'll have like one voting place, one polling place for all these people, but then in the Republican areas, they have a whole bunch of them, all that kind of shit. I was totally naive to all that kind of shit. I never knew that shit was going on. I just thought it was fair, like things were being done fairly and honestly, where they would put enough polling centers everywhere and give everyone the opportunity to vote, and then it was just no big deal. That's why I was always wondering why is our turnout so low? Why aren't more people voting? Now I know why, but back then, 10, 12, 15 years ago or whatever, I had no idea about all this voter suppression shit. But now I know why. Who wants to wait in line for 8 fucking hours, And that's why the Republicans are still against, they don't want mail-in voting. They don't want early voting. They don't want to put drop boxes out. They don't want any of that shit because they know it makes it easier. And if it's easier, then more people are going to vote. And when there's higher turnouts, that usually means, in a lot of cases, that the Democrats win. We vote, we win, right? And so, but I was kind of oblivious to all that. Oh, my little sticker. I still got my little Post-it on there. I should do it like that, I guess. Did you get my message? My subliminal message? But anyhow, so that's what's going on there. So I guess I should probably get going. Get the old truck started up and see if I can. I guess there's not going to be any music today because for some reason my speaker is dead and I don't know why it's not charging. I mean, it's plugged in. I got everything plugged in. It should have been charging this whole time. And
battery low.
It still says battery low. Oh,
Battery low.
this whole time. And it still says battery low. Okay, so anyhow, The battery's low. I don't know why it wasn't charging the whole time. Hopefully I didn't cut anything off there. So anyhow, again, I'm going to go ahead and am I back? Hey, is Rose on here? Hey, Rose. All right. Rose is here. Make sure you hit the like button and all that stuff and share. I'm back. Okay, good. So I guess that's it. Rose got here just in time for my goodbyes. It's been shoot, what, like an hour and 25 minutes. So that's a pretty long show for me. I'm gonna go ahead and head on down to Vegas, get my ballot, fill it out, get it turned in, and so I just want to thank everyone for being here today. It was great seeing you. Hopefully I'll be here, I'll be back on Thursday. Maybe we can talk about some of the results of the election. Maybe we'll see how much of it is in and counted and all that. And I'll probably, I like doing the show from the truck, so even though I'll be in town there, I could do it from a hotel because I'm going to be at the Strat. I could do the show from the hotel room, or I could go drive over to my truck and do it from the truck. I'll probably end up doing it from the hotel room because I don't want to, you know how I'm always running late and everything. So anyhow, thanks, Wes. Says good show. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you Thursday from Las Vegas. Probably more than likely from Las Vegas. Probably more likely from the Strat Hotel. And so, thanks so much. We can get a little view of the beautiful parking lot here from Kingman, Arizona. I'll be signing off. Got some clouds coming in. Probably I haven't looked at the weather report. I know LA, Southern California is getting rain and snow in the mountains. It's probably going to roll its way up over here. Probably getting some rain today or tomorrow. Alrighty. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm a truckin' across the USA. Yeah, I'm truckin' just about every day. Yeah, I'm truckin'. So what you got to say? I'd like to hear it today. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd like to hear it today. This is what I was supposed to play at the beginning. We'll do it now. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Thanks for being here, everybody. From somewhere in the United States of America is Trucker John O.T.R. signing off. Who knows where I'll be live streaming from? Yeah, who knows? It could be a rest area. Rest area, yeah. It could be a truck stop. Maybe, like today. Yeah. Or maybe even a Walmart parking lot. That's right. That's right. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's the Trucker John OTR live stream. That's right. It's going down. It's going down. Yeah, it went down. Thanks a lot, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it so much. So much. You don't know how much I appreciate it. I'll see you Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time from Las Vegas. So until that time, make sure you keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. And so the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise,
Battery low.
Battery low. That's the theme of today's show. Battery low. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Ciao.